I'm sorry.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
We got RAXD and Zane Little going viral with shorts. Dojocast episode 29. You guys, we're finally here. What is up, guys?
Big 29.
Good day, gentlemen.
Salutations.
Hey, good day.
How's the weather over there?
Great day.
Oh, that's the alarm I wake up to every morning.
That's your alarm.
Sorry,
I think an alarm.
I dropped all my silverware and it's just hitting up against all of my plates and dishware.
The birds are chirping.
Birds are chirping.
It's time to wake up. It's gonna be a beautiful day.
Yeah, wake up, you guys. Wake up.
Oh,
It's a special episode.
Yeah.
Wake
Holy. So the perfect segue to that plate. Of course, today we have RAXD. Am I saying that right? RAXD.
Yeah, you
Okay,
nailed
okay.
it, dude.
I'm getting
proud
better
of
at
you.
this.
I'm proud
Thank
of
you,
you, man.
Thank you. And Zane
Are
Little,
you
too,
sure
incredibly
it's not-
talented.
Are you sure it's not RAXD? I think it's RAXD.
On just glancing over the name again, I'm starting. Yeah, I think it
Is
is.
that a typo?
Rad X Flipnote.
Has
Yeah,
it been a typo for 12
Yeah.
months now?
yeah,
I
that's
wanna
kind of
fix that.
embarrassing, guys. I
Yeah.
thought this was gonna be like a really professional setting, and you're over here misspelling names. Like, okay, man.
That's what we do.
Sure, dude. Whatever. Hyun's Dojo podcast. And we're like Hyun's Bozo podcast.
Oh, okay. So I want to talk about something that's been going on in my world a little bit before we get started. So, as some of you may remember, I have chickens, right? And this is one thing I learned about chickens that I didn't know. Chickens can eat their own eggs. It's a thing they can decide to do, I guess, because some of my chickens decided to now eat the eggs that either they are laying or their friends are laying. And that's obviously not good because I would like the eggs that they're laying. And the only fix, there's 3 fixes for this problem. There's one, you put golf balls there so that when they go to eat the eggs, they just are met with golf ball and they don't understand and they can't do it. 2, you empty out almost like a completed egg-shell, like it's not broken up, it's just like a little bit of hole, drain everything. Fill it with mustard because chickens hate mustard.
Oh,
I didn't know. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought they couldn't taste very well or whatever. But they have bad chickens. Don't know. Yeah, or you eat the chicken. Those are the 3. Those are the 3 solutions.
Yeah, I'll eat the chickens and the eggs over there, man. You'll find me there.
So yeah, I thought I would share that because that's what's been going on with my week. Has been debugging my chickens. You guys ever have to debug your chickens?
I wish I had chickens. Dude, eggs are so expensive
What
now.
are you doing first? I
Uh,
probably start by eating the chickens. If
That's-
that doesn't work,
Yeah.
I'd probably try the golf balls.
yeah. Anyway,
This guy over here, man.
This guy, dude. This guy.
I'm
This
just
the guy I've been telling you guys about over here. This
I like
Zane
to
guy.
joke. I like to joke.
Well, you don't want to take edible advice from the man who's known for eating glass. Maybe not be
True.
the smartest.
Well,
choice.
hey,
Hey,
don't knock it till you try it.
if it weren't Hyun, if it weren't for you separating me and Zane, he might just take a big old chomp out of my plate-shaped head.
I mean, yeah,
let's be
there's
honest
like a
here.
gravity field, and your head is just getting sucked into his mouth. Like,
Yeah,
I think we
Yeah,
got
just like
a
vacuum
sound effect
cleaner
for
noise.
that.
Can we say a little something about where we're at today? This is different. I feel
Yeah.
less.
yeah, where are we?
Yeah,
Smooth
well,
out.
in order to get in contact with Zane and RAXD here, I had to contact through Flipnote. Yeah, for those who don't know, Flipnote is very similar to Discord in that it has its own call and text feature.
Very nice.
I love that feature.
Yeah, it's my favorite
Best feature.
Flipnote feature. Software developed in 2008.
No, Rax and I are just AI chatbots embedded into the Flipnote program.
Well, don't
so-
tell. You're not supposed to say that because now they know that we don't actually have you guys.
Oh no.
I understand you're talking about RAXD and Zane Little. Can I help you with that?
No. So we have them here. I pulled them directly from my DSi.
Sure.
Alright.
What would you like to know about the Nintendo DSi?
God, so they just announced Switch 2, right? Is there going to be a Flipnote Studio for the Switch 2? Please.
Oh,
That's the plan.
I hope so. That'd be
I
awesome.
really
I
hope
hope
so.
so.
I don't even like. I'm willing to like go so low as to say, as long as there is a thing where you can like draw on the Switch 2 and like post the drawings, I'd be happy. I just
Yes.
want a drawing program. I don't
Well, they
expect
had
them to bring
color-
back the Flipnote Studio, but I don't know. They like okay with the 3DS, right? They put it on DSiWare. So if they had something where like it could just be ported over, that would be cool.
Mhm.
But again, I don't know the maybe they want to do it for legal reasons or because it's abandoned or something. But I just want to be able to draw on the Switch too. I'll buy one like day one if I can do that.
True.
They
That's
do
all I care about.
have, I believe they have like they had a software for the 3DS called Colors 3D. That was a drawing software. It had its own
Might
you
have
could
actually
post to
made
share
one
art.
of
And I
the
think,
Switch.
yeah, I think they made one for the Switch. It just didn't get a lot of traction. I don't know whatever happened to it, if it's even still up.
Mm.
Yeah.
But if they make Flipnote for the Switch, I'm buying a Switch too.
Flipnote for the Switch
yeah.
would like I think the hardest part right now for people to make Flipnotes is like it's kind of hard. Like not everybody has I mean a lot of people might have a 3DS from like years ago, or you just sold years ago or something, and it's a lot harder to like go to
Yeah.
a like retro game store, go get one, or like look for a low cost one online or something. If they just
Yeah.
had it for the Switch too, and then everybody's already getting that would be like a plus to even just buying one. I don't know.
Yeah,
They
the
should
issue
do
with
that.
it right now, though, is that the touch screen, at least on the Switch 1, is capacitive. It's not the pressure touch screen that the DS.
Oh.
yeah.
So you can't
That's
use
true.
a stylus unless you get like an Apple Pencil sort of deal, kind of
Yeah.
like a Bluetooth situation. I think that would be awesome, though. I don't care. I'll pay $100 for it. I want to use Flipnote on the Switch.
Yes. The issue that I have is that Flipnote is just so inaccessible now that you have to homebrew your personal devices in order to even access
yeah.
it. Because I mean, I went all about this on my episode, but Nintendo does not like Flipnote, and I don't get it. They make it so impossible to even.
I don't
get.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
3D
I still
version.
don't know why they had a good thing going. There were like so many people on Flipnote Hatena, and they're just like, nope, it's too good. It's too good, guys. We got to shut it down. Everybody's happy.
They kind of had a bad moment with SwapNote.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
You
I wouldn't
see,
say swap
that
anything.
that's an incorrect assumption, though. I will point out because what happened was they were already developing the 3DS, and they were in the middle of making Flipnote Studio 3D, and they were going to completely disconnect with Flipnote Hatena and the Studio Hatena for the 3D version of the software because they were going to host the services in-house at Nintendo. But they also made it a subscription-based thing, and it didn't really perform well in Japan where they started it. And now, even though they announced the public release of Flipnote Studio 3D, including Flipnote Gallery World, to be in March of 2014, they just didn't. They just never did because I guess it didn't do as well as they wanted, and then they never touched Flipnote again.
Oh, that blows.
Wow.
That blows.
Mr. Hatena over here with the Flipnote knowledge.
I know my shit, okay?
You deserve
But,
that name.
I mean, it might be early to talk about Drawmeagle, but Drawmeagle and the Switch and animation and sharing are all words that will hopefully one day go together.
Oh,
Is the plan.
We'll definitely
Ooh.
get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
That's true.
I'll start getting into you guys a little bit. So these questions are kind of typical for each guest that we have, just to kind of get to know who's on. It says there's two of you today. What I'll do is I'll ask the question, and then I'll just go down the line so Zane can go, and then RAXD can go. So starting off, if you can give me a little introduction to you and what you do and what you're known for. So I'll start with Zane.
I'm Zane. I eat glass. That's it.
He's the
He's that one dude.
dude. See?
Yeah, there he is, dude.
There he is, dude.
It's the meme.
No, okay. I'm Zane, and today I am a Flipnote animator slash Flipnote style animator. Not everything I make is on Flipnote, but I'm never gonna leave it. And I blew up at the beginning of last year. That's when it became my thing. I posted one of my Flipnotes from like 2020. I'm gonna eat this gum.
Yeah.
And then he chokes on the gum, and it turns. He pulls out a gun. That thing. I started posting them though because one of my friends sent me a TikTok that someone had posted of my Flipnote that they recorded from Pseudo Memo, and it had like 6 million views or something.
Wow.
Dang, so that wasn't you.
No, but it was cool to see, and I was like, okay, I guess I should be posting my own Flipnotes instead of other people doing it for me, and
Yeah.
the rest is history. Before that, I was doing music, and that's why my username on everything is Zane Little Music. I was doing like video game soundtracks and just freelance
Ooh.
stuff.
Oh.
And yeah, so I've been animating since 2009. That's when I got my DSI, downloaded Flipnote.
Dang, 2000.
Okay, 2009. So okay, there's this weird thing, this phenomenon that we've noticed, and this is from many guests. 2009. Did you happen to be somewhere around the age of 10 to 12 years old in that time period?
Yes, it was on.
What the hell, dude? Oh, it's like everyone gets their superpowers between 10 and 12 for animation. It's so consistent.
I was not an animating superpower at age 9, though. I was not good. It took me a long time to get there. But I didn't quit since then. It was so fun, and Flipnote is it's so easy. And Flipnote Hatena, of course, it was addicting, and so it kept me on. And I don't think a year has passed where I haven't touched Flipnote at least once.
Wow.
Wow. Well, you're doing better than me then. Because there was a while I just avoided it.
What? How could
Yeah.
you
What?
avoid-
I know the man named Hatena avoided Flipnote.
How dare he?
You're a fraud. Is what
I
I'm
got
hearing.
really into stick
Get 'em.
figures, okay?
Get
I
'em.
got introduced to Flash. It all went downhill from there.
Oh, okay.
all downhill from there, dude.
We'll do it. Then do it.
All right, what about
Okay.
Mr. RAXD over here?
RAXD.
Hi guys, it's me. I'm RAXD. I got a big old wide head. So I'm actually kind of glad Zane is here too, because he was like really early adoption into like DSI and Flipnote. I, on the other hand, I had a 3DS as a kid. I don't really remember the timeline because it was so long ago. It was like I probably got a 3DS like a year after it came out, so it was like 2012, and I maybe had it for 6 months or so, and one way or another, it went missing or got stolen. I'm fairly certain it got stolen by one of my neighbors. I just never was able to prove it. We were out dorking around, and they had a trampoline, and we were jumping around on it. Then I went home, and then I forgot to get it, so I ran back to get it, and it was gone.
Ooh.
And
Dang.
then that was the
man.
fateful day. So
Yo.
during that 6-month period I had a 3DS, I never really used Flipnote. I may have installed it, but I don't think I ever used it. I did make little claymation animations. Like the 3DS had a little stop motion video like thing. You could I got like some modeling clay from an art store and did some like random stuff, but I was never like, there were all these times in my life where I can pinpoint, like there was another time I got a animation studio called Anime Studio 8. I forgot who made the software, but I used that for a little bit. That was like a 2D animation software. I got in a Blender a few years ago, but I never like sat down and I was like, okay, I want to like start making stuff like for real. I just like do stuff for a couple weeks and then get bored and whatever. But about a year ago, it was early 2024. Somebody showed me that Goodwill had a site where you could like buy stuff like auction style, like eBay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they had like old video game stuff on there. So that led to me being like, oh, I haven't had like a 3DS in ages. So I bought like a really crappy like 2DS, like the piece of bread one, for like $50. It had a terribly scratched screen and like the battery barely worked. But that's where I installed Flipnote, and I got like custom firmware and everything. I learned how to like mod it. And then like immediately after that is when I got what I use now, which is like 2DS XL. And then like the day I got that, I had it was like a Friday. The next day, I animated what would be like my first thing on RAXD Flipnote, made the channel like just overnight, and posted it. I think it was February 12th of last year, so not even a year ago. And then 3 weeks later, like March 1st, I've done daily uploads pretty much since then, all the way to present, and we'll continue doing so until March. So I have like scattered out animation experience, but this is the first time I've really sat down and been like, I'm going to make something every single day, like no excuses, just to like get better at something for fun.
Wow.
Yes, that the thing being shown is my first one I made, which has like
This is
a
on the
3
3DS.
FPS.
Hey, that kind of looks like me though.
Yeah,
This is on the 3DS, right?
yeah, it was.
That's so cool.
So I already had a YouTube channel when I was doing this stuff. I had a YouTube channel with like about 1,300 subs. And when I started daily uploads, I had like 60 subscribers on this channel. After 1 month, I had, I think, 5,000.
Whoa.
And then that was a sign to me. And I'm like, okay, this is like, there's something happening.
That's so cool.
And then like a month after that, I had about 75K. And then a month after that, I had 250K. And the rest is history. And I think it was about 2 months in. That's where I made the fateful Gamble Core one. And, everybody knows that one.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
it kind of
didn't
just
know
happened out of the blue. I was like, yeah, just
Does
I'm
it-
gonna start drawing.
Does it annoy you when people ask you to say the "Let's go gambling" thing? Like, do you get too many requests at that?
After a few million times of people asking, it eventually wears you down a little bit, and you're like, man, I know it's my most popular thing, but come on, I don't wanna. I think I secretly hated Gamble Core for like a couple months just because of how much people were asking, but it is kind of a curse of virality. Like, I'm sure there are a lot of artists, if they have like any amount of like one video that gets like way more viral than the others, it kind of just lingers over their channel and all their social media. Like, people are just gonna, because that's like what a majority of people know, but it's not like, as of now, I'm not like, I don't care if people ask me to say it, pretty much at least 2 or 3 times every time I stream. I know it's gonna happen, but it's whatever. Like, it's just something I made that people really enjoy, so I can't really be like, I'm not like angry about it or anything.
Yeah. Wait, you do streaming?
Yeah, I stream on
No
YouTube.
way. Hey, you should link it. You should
I
link
just
Yeah.
streamed today.
You streamed today?
Yeah, you were
streamed
doing a
today.
Minecraft SMP, right?
So I do like kind of scattered out gaming stuff mostly. I've done some drawing streams, and I did do one reacting to a bunch of Gamble Corettes that people did, and I want to do more of those bigger like planned out streams. I'll send you like just the thing I did today. I was playing on an SMP I got invited to. But every Friday, or at least I try to do it most Fridays, I do a thing called Flipnote Friday. I just go live like on my phone. So a lot of the shorts viewers can just watch me making like an animation start to finish. It's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hours, but it is a fun thing I like doing, just for funsies.
Cool.
That's cool.
I love that.
I feel like I got to get back into streaming, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
streaming with animation's always been difficult because it's like watching paint dry because the process is so long.
Yeah.
For a lot of things, it's like, okay, I'm gonna animate this thing, but the net result isn't immediately viewable by whoever's watching. So you have to kind of create an environment that's a lot more fun and entertaining than the actual thing that's happening, because you could be live for like 3 hours and you have 2.5 seconds, or whatever, and people are like, cool.
True. Yeah, it takes me like an hour and a half or so on stream, and then the result is like 7 seconds, and I'm like, well, guys, thanks for watching.
Yep.
That's it.
Hey, that's pretty fast though. That, like,
It's not like people are ever like, this sucks. They're just like, awesome. But it is kind of funny that it's like all that, and then it's like 7 seconds. But to be fair, I could be doing like 20 layers on like a real big editing like art program, and that would take me like much longer. But the simplicity of Flipnote and all the limiting factors about like fighting a memory limit, and for those who don't know, Flipnotes have to be under, I think, a megabyte.
Wait, so on our background,
so
you see that little bar up there with the pages right up next to the edit?
Yeah. Above our heads, that little bar with the pages. You can't let that get all the way down, or it'll just tell you got to delete pages because there's too much.
Yeah,
too much
actually,
I didn't.
And I have ran into that
It's
so many
crazy.
times starting out. And that's why
I found some tricks though to save you so much space, Rex.
he does.
Oh, real?
You do know
Oh.
some tricks, yeah. I think you shared a
Yeah.
couple with me.
When you're copying and pasting frames, for some reason that uses up tons of memory.
Yeah,
And
that's
because
right.
You have the line boil on everything. Because I had always wondered, like, how are you hitting the frame limit? But I have like double or triple the frames in a lot of my work. It's because you're boiling the lines, and then if you go through and just add like a dot to every frame, you'll
That's
see the
crazy.
bar at the top start to go back up.
Because like in this short specifically, if you watch, like this is a copy paste technique where you have to like copy and paste it and then drag it up and over a pixel.
Yeah.
So I remember I would do flip notes that had this exact trick done as well, and that would kill the memory for some reason.
That was like the trolley problem, I think, was the first one I had actually like done like some kind of linear movement in my animations, and it was so
it's
tedious.
It's
That-
awful. It's
Especially
miserable.
that was less than a month into me doing it daily, so I was like really slow at it still.
Wow.
This probably took me like 3 hours to do all the frames of moving.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
it's so bad.
Like
It's-
insane.
Flipnote
I didn't
is
even
so
know like
inefficient.
there's like little shortcuts you could do, but back then I didn't know that. Like you can hold the left bumper, and then the directional pad becomes like 1 pixel in each direction. So I
Yep.
could have just gone up like that, but I was like manually dragging it, and I kept missing the point I needed to drag it to. So I was just burning like 2 extra hours when it could have taken me like probably like 20 minutes to do. Stuff like that though, isn't Flipnote just a beautiful thing? It's like no other program.
It's like-
it's so perfectly
man.
beautifully janky, and I love it for that.
Yeah. It's so horribly unoptimized, but there's such a core community that can make such incredible things with the simple software. It is crazy.
Yeah.
So good. I sent over the flip note where I learned about the line technique.
Oh.
It was like this kid going to the dentist, and the dentist is lowering the chair, and it does that like 1 pixel per
Oh,
frame.
yeah.
Oh, is
It's
that
like
why
on
it's like
speed.
it almost looks
Right
like
here.
slightly like grainy? Almost this like weird artifact thing. Was that just you adding a dot?
Yeah, that was me. adding
Okay.
a dot.
I was like, I noticed that, but I'm like, I don't want to. He's like, this probably took a really long
Oh
time
my
to do.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, you have no idea how
It
frustrating
just
that
has to
must
be
have
like
been.
a single pixel, right? You have to add to it, basically, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
it was
God.
horrible. And like
That's
the
funny.
very top, like 1 or 2 rows of pixels at the top of the
Yeah.
screen don't register. So I have to like jam the stylus into the
Yeah.
top.
That's
of the
so
Oh my
annoying.
God.
I've never talked about that with Zane before,
Yeah.
but dear God, that's so annoying.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like?
Oh,
Do you guys
man.
have dead zones on your DSIs?
Only the top of the screen for me.
Okay. I think it's just like in general, like the very, very top of the. Because I also have, I think, the similar DSI to Zane, and I've tested it on both. I can never get it to go all the way to the top. So it might just be like a manufacturing thing where like the
Wow.
very, very top pixel doesn't register.
Well,
I have
no,
no
I'm
idea.
pretty sure it's if you go into the settings and you adjust like you ever adjust the calibration settings where it has you press a bunch of
Yeah.
dots. It depends on where you press those dots. I think that you can get it to explore the full canvas, the full bottom screen. But you have to be really specific about it.
Maybe I should mess around with that. But also, it's like it's a thing that I'm so used to now that I've just like worked around it. And yeah.
I mean, there's definitely ways
notice
around
that
it.
like in almost all of my animations too, there's never like any real estate being taken up at like the top few pixels of the screen.
Yeah.
Other than the background, because if the brush size is big enough, I can just like swipe by it. But like the default like size I use is like just one too small for it to cover the top.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Deal with that. As you were talking, it just reminded me of so many things. Up in the Discord, you mentioned that you would play around with the stop motion with the 3DS camera.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I used to do little Lego animations with that as well.
Oh yeah, we all did Lego animations at one point.
I sent one over. I don't know why I exported everything as a WMV. I was just,
I don't even.
but
Oh well, it might let me open up in VLC. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
VLC.
While that's loading, and I'm gonna ask this to both of you again. I'll start with Zane. Like, what was your inspiration? Like, what inspired you to begin doing this? Was this like a specific animator or animation?
I think the like Flipnote software itself was the inspiration for the longest
Oh, wow.
time. My brother and I would just make these stupid stick figure animations. I think my first one, or at least one of my first ones, was like some dude just standing there, and then this red guy slides onto screen. He says, "Open wide," and he opens his mouth, and the guy just rips his tooth out. He runs away. I loved it. It was so much fun. And then when I discovered Hatena, everything changed.
Everything changed.
Yeah. Flipnote.
What is
not me.
Hatena for the people that don't know?
Flipnote Hatena is Flipnote's integrated like online service, and it's just a place where you can share Flipnotes and leave comments, and add stars. That was like their rating system.
The stars.
The stars.
Dude,
It's everything.
Give me stars.
I'm holding back, man. I want to talk about this shit so bad. I could go on for hours.
Oh, I bet you can.
Yeah.
A treasure trove of knowledge about it. Yeah, there were so many inspiring animators. Gizmo, big one. He was just the funniest guy as a kid. And Boss, I feel like, was basically everyone's inspiration.
Dude, Boss, I know him.
Yeah, he posts in this community now.
Oh,
Yeah, Boss.
He still
yeah,
makes
Boss is in a
stick
dojo.
fights occasionally.
that's so cool. I
Yeah.
recently hopped on his YouTube channel and just looked around at it, and the stuff he's been making on the 3DS is insane.
It's inhuman.
crazy.
It is inhuman.
You,
I
like
don't know
no
how
one,
that's
like
possible.
everyone who doesn't use Flipnote doesn't know how crazy it actually is. Because the tools are not optimized to do what he does, but he does it anyway.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah.
I couldn't even fathom how he.
And like you guys talking about the memory limit and stuff, like how does
What?
how does Boss get past that? Maybe they
He's
have some sort
he's
of
crazy or something. I don't know. Let me find his
Yeah.
stuff, man.
It's got to be so funny from like a developer standpoint who made this little software, like little drawing animating thing from over a decade ago, and they're like, "Can you guys stop using it? Just stop! Like, it's got so many problems. It's so primitive. Why are you doing this? We like it."
This is all in the original Flipnote studio, so there's
Yeah.
even more limited.
Wow.
look at the details.
Yeah,
What
They
the-
got, like,
he's
effects,
crazy.
particles.
Dude, that was
Cheating.
the wildest thing to see.
Yeah. Whenever
What's
he would
crazy is
whenever
that
he would
I
drop
have
a Flipnote,
not
it
even
was-
seen these before. I'm
You
watching
haven't
these for the
seen-
first time right now.
Whoa.
Well, you might not even get all these references then, because this is all Flipnote lore.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
The sun, the sun. Oh my god. Sorry. The Ronald McDonald.
All right, explain the sun real quick because that's
Oh
so.
man. Okay, wait. No, I got to pull up a different document. This can go.
What?
This is bad, dude. This is so bad for me because I can just keep going. And if you
I
don't
just
tell me
wanna
to
know why
stop,
the
I'm gonna
sun
keep
is
going.
special.
I gotta find the original Flipnote. I know I have it somewhere because I'm doing an analysis video on a Flipnote series. It's too long to explain.
Well, while you hunt that down,
while
I'm
I
gonna
get it.
ask. I'll ask Rax. So, what was some of your inspiration when you were getting started?
Oh, for sure. So similarly to Zane, I really the first thing was that I just wanted a 3DS because I didn't have one for years, and I was like, I guess really if you want to like trail it to one specific event, I went to it was called Awesome Games Done Quick in Pittsburgh, and it was like a speedrunning convention. It's like a big thing on Twitch. I'm sure you guys know about it.
Yeah.
But I was there in person at the event, and I felt very left out because almost everyone there who owned a 3DS brought it there. So there were a bunch of people doing like their street passes and like it's like
man.
one of the last safe havens for like 3DS owners because you get so many people who have theirs and you can like, you know, exchange stuff. And there were a couple people on Flipnote, but mainly I wanted a 3DS. And then when I remembered about Flipnote, because I knew of it and I had seen some in the past, I saw like the more recent viral ones, like you guys know hey guys, this is Miranda, she's one of the boys.
Yeah.
That was like a mega viral one. Shout out to Brumbo. But once I got Flipnote, it was really just I wanted to use a software like that because I knew how iconic it was, and I wanted to make stuff like that. But I guess later into finding success on YouTube, and then finding my way into like connecting with animators such as like Zane and Scrump and the Martoon, and there's a bunch of other Flipnote people, Yancy. I really just I like being in kind of an environment where I'm supported by these other people, and I wouldn't say like any one of them are necessarily inspiration, but just like fuels me to keep making more things because I know there's like other people doing it, and like even today, even people like originally, I guess Zane would be one of those people, but like there are tons of people who still just make Flipnotes for the heck of it, like with no just because they love doing it, and I love that. I'm kind of inspired by the notion of that, I guess. But just using a program that's like incredibly limiting just to see like what kind of it's almost like a challenge within itself to be like, what can I actually do within such a limiting program?
There's something to be said about that because like this is the first time I guess it's really said that it's like the software that is leading at least the foundation of the inspiration, and I think there's something to be said about the simplicity of something allowing you to feel comfortable to attempt it, and that's kind of the core of what drew me to stick figures. Was like I don't feel like it's so daunting. I feel like the borders are really close, so it's cozy to do whatever I want and kind of experiment with it. And versus like for me, if going back to like Blender, just the idea of Blender makes my brain explode, and I feel like it's like the opposite of that. It feels really nice and cozy to open, and you feel like you can just kind of go for it. It must be like something along those lines.
Is so great for that reason. Like, there's such a low barrier to entry because you can't do anything in this.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you get 2 layers, 3 colors, 4 if you count like black and white.
Yeah.
Whoa,
That's it.
4.
That's it.
4. Hang on now.
You make a new frame, and you only really need like 2 or 3 buttons on the thing, and so you can just get started and make stuff so quick. And with new software, it's like the barrier to entry is so high because there's like specific hotkeys for everything, and then there's 1,000 different tools, and you have to learn everything. And I found taking like a Flipnote approach to new software is a great way to go. Like if you want to learn a new animation software, you just learn where the new frame button is and where your eraser is and where the onion skin is, and that's all you need to know. Just forget about everything else for the time being, and then you can get started and it feels like Flipnote because you don't know how to use anything else, and you don't have to.
Right.
You can just use black and white or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that about Flipnote. It's so nice. It's so awesome.
I will
Alright,
say, like, I can say, personally, as someone who, it is kind of daunting because, like, again, I have done Blender. I know Blender was already mentioned, and like, I have enjoyed doing stuff like that. Like, I took a 3D modeling animation class a couple years back, and it's not that I didn't enjoy that, but it's just like, as someone who doesn't traditionally really draw much, Flipnote, it's just like, oh, I just draw the background on this layer, and then I draw the people on top of it, and that's it, and I can just move them around instead of it being like, I don't know. I think as someone, like, I made the decision to start animating, and like Flipnote is like probably one of the best possible programs I could have chosen to start on because it's so easy to approach.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even with like simple programs like Flash 8, there's like 20 different buttons and settings, but there's something cool about it's just super bare bones, and all you can really do is just draw something and then go to the next frame and draw another thing, and then before you know, you just got an animation and you just keep doing it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then seeing what people are able to do, like you're talking about how crazy some people are, and you're like, how did you even begin to get that deep into this thing? Like, that in itself becomes impressive for those who are using the program. And I think that's super unique because, like, if you're in something that is really wide and expansive and you can kind of do anything, and you're just kind of at awe of what they were able to create, but then you're something super limited, you're at awe of how they're able to create what they did in that space. And that's a entirely different level, you know?
Yeah. It's like Doom ports. Like, how are people able to get like Doom to run in their
yeah TI-83 calculators and stuff are running Doom, and what the
Is this a live feed right now?
Yeah,
So
this
we've
is
got a live
live.
animation
This is live.
creation.
what?
The animation creation
Oh
station.
my God. This is upside down though for me because I can't figure.
That's
this out.
fine. You can just like give us a little tour because like
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
been inside Flipnote, so this is kind of cool to see.
This crazy Flipnote animator animates upside down.
Yeah.
There you go.
Look at him, and he's crushing it.
Yeah, it's that easy,
There
you
you
guys.
go,
It's that
look at
easy.
him.
It's Gooby McBob.
Let's go to the next frame.
Bob, next frame you press this. Yeah, that button.
It's
You'll see up
that
there, it says
easy.
It's that
P2.
easy.
Oh
then-
my god!
And then if you
between the
hit
two.
the up arrow, I think you can
Yep.
turn on the onion skin. so
There's
you
an
can see the
onion skin.
last.
Hey, that's all you need.
Oh,
If we go
honestly.
to the
Here.
second one.
Oh,
Lightbox, you already have it on, I
Lightbox,
guess.
I already have it on.
That's so cool.
And that will get.
Oh, I see it now. I didn't see it a second ago.
Yep. But I can keep making frames. I believe you can make 999 at max. You can use this little thing
Good
down
luck
here to
hitting
change
that,
the
though.
speed. Can we talk about the speed real quick? Because that's
No,
something like
that's specifically. I told you guys we cannot talk about the
can't cover the
speed.
speed.
You cannot talk
So-
about the speed.
Guys, please don't. I've
About the
I've got a
speed.
perfect little demo for the Flipnote speed.
Oh,
Talking about
yes.
speed, and then we're
What
talking
is-
about sound design. I saw one of the comments mention it, and it's
Oh
a
my
very
God,
good point
yeah.
that Flipnote has brilliant sound design.
Absolutely.
true.
It does. You go up here. Oh man. Oh, well, you have shorts where you do the sound design live, Zane. And I really want to talk to you about that.
Yeah,
But we
that's
can.
crazy.
Can we talk about that now, or do we want to save that for later?
I could just talk about it now. Let's just.
Let's talk
I'm
about it
okay
now.
with that. Let's talk
I'm
about
gonna
it
pull
now.
up. I'm gonna pull up one of the
Let's get it out of the way.
shorts.
Let's talk about it.
I want to talk
yeah.
about how you tackle this because it's so not normal.
It's not.
did,
It's
so
just not.
But before
yeah,
we
I gotta
get to that, I did send a little video about frame speeds.
Oh
and
yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
we can bring that
We
up.
got to see that.
frame rates. Caps
Okay.
out at 30 FPS at speed 8. But if you use speed 8, everyone's going to think you're running at 60 FPS for some reason. It's awesome.
That's it.
So what are we looking at
Yep.
here?
Right here.
Okay.
So these are the speed changes. Yeah, they don't give you an option to manually input the speed the number of
Ah,
FPS
so it's
that you
just-
want. So they give you a bunch of presets. And typically people use speed I believe it's 6 and 7 the most commonly 6
Yeah,
is 12
yeah,
FPS.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah. Wow,
That's a nice
was
little run cycle,
clean
too.
for 30.
That is clean.
Someone get made.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the?
I believe you can go. Correct me if I'm wrong, but can't you go up to like 60 FPS in Flipnote Studio 3D?
It goes like the number goes higher, but the peak FPS is still 30.
Oh,
I
damn.
believe.
They just put it in there. They never like. Well, no one's gonna do this. So
I
don't
mean,
care. Just leave
realistically,
the UI
no.
in there. No one's gonna do this.
They just added more numbers.
But okay,
Like,
so
listen.
you
make you
do
think
these
they're-
videos where you make the animation first and then do the sound design. Oh, look at you there. That's this one here.
He's making a noise.
Which is just.
Bro, look at this dude hunched over, just like in his room, just screaming at a little tiny little.
But like,
Look at him.
but the reason that the Flipnote Studio audio editing piece is so special is because it compresses everything, so you're able to do a lot of stuff with just your mouth or objects you have around the house.
Yeah.
And they allow you to like play certain sound effects while you're playing the animation, and they allow you to overlay sounds, you can do cool effects. It's surprisingly sophisticated for its time.
I love it. It's so fun. And
I
sounds
regret
horrible.
not having done more like Foley sounds by just like jingling keys or like throwing stuff around the house. I probably should
Oh, but can we talk
take
about
a
this
page
one?
out of Zane's book.
Yeah.
Because this one's crazy because
Here we go again.
you sound so much faster in the final animation, and it's so slow here. And this was a technique that I believe was popularized by Fred. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fred Blankenberg. Fred Blankenberg.
love
He iconic for his high-pitched voice and low-quality animation, but he would always make songs and then speed up the. Okay, you know what? Hang on. I think the best way that I can show you this is if I do it.
Your
live.
voice acting is impeccable.
I
by
can
the
I
way.
can do this live.
Beautiful.
So I can
It's
talk
beautiful.
like- So I have it set to speed 1 right now, and I could talk into it being like, "Hello, my name's Hatena," and then I just speed it up 1, and then it's gonna speed up the audio. Let me bring this up to the microphone. I don't know if you guys can hear this.
Hello, my name's Hatena.
And okay,
No.
the audience probably heard that, but I don't know if you guys could.
I can't hear anything.
My name's Hatena.
A single thing.
Dang, that's as loud as it.
This guy's a fraud.
This guy's a fraud.
I think you're lying.
Why would you do this
Why would
to
you
us?
do this?
Take my word for it.
I love the compressed audio though because it makes screams sound so visceral.
Oh yeah.
So good.
So, like you're gonna clip the mic if you're breathing near it.
Yeah. Oh, that was one of the funniest things. You could just you press record, and then this little dot here is the mic.
Oh, that's the mic.
Yeah, that's how you make explosion sounds. You blow into that.
You just blow
And you can
into
see it.
You
can
just
see it through
eat the mic.
This audio level thing here. Whenever you see clip the red,
It had a
that's-
live audio leveler. That's
got-
crazy,
It
dude.
is insane. Like this thing was so
What?
advanced for its time. But you can see whenever I blow into it, you'll see it like clear as day go up into that red category.
This
I'm
was
talking normal.
available for free.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We'll see how that plays.
That's crazy how Flipnote is such an old program. I think it's like over 17 years old now, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was launched in Japan late 2008, and then America's in early
Oh,
2009.
That's crazy. I mean,
Yet it still carries so hard.
yeah, it
Oh, it
does.
does,
It's
dude.
crazy.
It's such an easier barrier of entry. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
God,
I sent
oh,
over
camera.
a clip of an animation that I made specifically to scream into.
Yeah.
The premise of the Flipnote is screaming, but it's a great example of the DSi microphone
Oh yeah.
quality is so bad.
I think that's one of the main reasons why Flipnote animations are so funny. It has that nostalgic humor where like kids were on their little Xbox mics, and everything that they said was just like peak horribly, and it was such bad quality.
Yeah.
But it's such a good time back then because everything was janky, you know. I think that's
Flipnotes encapsulate that so well.
It's such an aesthetically pleasing level of jank though.
Yeah.
There's like
Oh,
bad
yeah.
jank. This is nice
It's
jank.
perfect
We like this
jank.
jank.
Yeah.
We like this kind of jank.
And then to kind of, we got to get back on topic here, but to close out earlier, we were talking about bosses videos and the sun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I
The
find
sun.
it
Yeah, what's up with the
is a
sun?
flip note by Mauricio. It goes on like this.
Mauricio.
So bored. Whoa! What's that? I think it's a flower. Hello, Mr. Flower. Would you like some sunshine? Here you go. Mr. Flower?
And then this sun just became such a meme in the community.
Wow.
Like for Fluid Animals users, it was like duck kite.
Oh, okay. Just
Oh, you
that
mean shift
still shot
limits,
of a
shift-
sun.
for shift
limits.
limits.
Yeah.
Shift limits. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
But you get it.
So it's like
That's
an
wild.
inside joke for the Flipnote Hatena people.
Yeah.
So this is actually perfect for getting back on track too. So Flipnote Hatena was a community where you guys were posting your stuff and you get your stuff reviewed on. Are you guys in any other communities right now?
Like outside of Flipnote?
What?
Yeah, are
I
you
didn't hear the
Flipnote or
question.
yeah? Or were you
I was
guys in any other
distracted.
communities right now? Like any other, Discords or
Oh,
groups or whatnot that you kind of share your stuff in?
Just general artist servers. Yeah, probably 5 that I'm in.
Wow.
Roughly.
Yeah, there's quite a few. And then I was in a lot of music communities beforehand. But mostly, like these days, it's the Flipnote animators that I talk to the most.
Yeah.
And now you guys.
Hey,
You're my
Hey.
friend.
I know him.
I feel
I desperately wanted to be in the stick figure community when I was like 14, 15. I mentioned this to Hatena the other day.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in the Doors collab
yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
looked so fun because they would all play this happy music and there would be like 500 people in them, and I was like, man, I'm missing out. And so I made my clip and it was so bad. It was horrible.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Can I pull
you
it
gotta
up?
find it. Please find it.
I
Can
sent
I
it to
pull
you
it
the
up?
other day.
Yeah, I have it
Wait,
right
you
here
so,
ready.
so you made a Doors part back then?
I did, but it
No
didn't make
way.
it in. And
Oh,
I am
no.
still pissed.
Yeah.
It, yo,
Do I have your permission to share it?
I got a bone to pick with you.
No, they were thinking ahead, Zane. They were like, if we don't let them in, he'll become a famous animator years in the future.
That's true.
I did
That's
this
setting
to
him up for
spite
success.
you, and for
It was a
no
wall you
other
needed.
reason. No, absolutely, share it. The world
No
needs
way.
to see
Zane
my
What-
work
what
that I
year
worked
was this,
So
by the way?
hard on. This was 2014, I think.
2014.
Okay,
Wow.
one sec,
Yeah.
one sec.
The world finally gets.
Oh
to
my!
Here we go.
Now it gets its
Here's
own
this part.
stage by itself.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not bad. It's not bad. dude. I
It's
mean,
not
I,
bad. Why didn't it make it in?
I mean, I can see why I didn't make it, but I'm not saying it's bad.
You know, we'll talk with Pluto. We'll get this remedied. We'll re-release Doors 4 just for you.
Just make an edit. Just splice
yeah,
it
just
in.
edit in.
Yeah.
Editors, put that in.
I was making like an
Jarvis.
hour-long video essay on you and why you should be canceled.
The downfall
That's
of
what
Dojo.
this is what it's been building up to this whole time.
The whole video recorded while you're in tears like this.
The title's like, I didn't make it into Doors, so I got 1 million subscribers to make this video.
Yeah. That'll show
Why
these
I made
bars.
this YouTube channel.
Just you doing money spreads the whole video.
I mean, that's so cool though, because I didn't even realize you guys knew about us. Even all the way back then when we were doing Doors.
sure.
Back then, you were absolutely one of my biggest inspirations.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's
Crazy.
so
Okay, you weren't my
crazy.
biggest. I'm not just gonna lie like Zane, but you were an honorable mention, I guess.
I'm not lying.
Oh
And I'll
man.
prove it to you too. Well, I mean, if the doors submission wasn't enough, one of my few finished Flash animations, I didn't make a lot that actually made it to the end, but I did a little stick fight, and it was very much inspired by
Oh yes.
the dojo community.
A little
I can already
stick
tell
fight.
it's good. I can already tell it's good by the the Newgrounds loader.
Oh,
Starting it
yeah.
off.
Oh, dude.
I do apologize for the volume, though. I don't know. If
Oh, I'm gonna have to turn it down a little bit. too.
It's gonna be
No,
metal
I'm gonna turn
plate
it all the way
scraping
up. I'm gonna-
noises.
Yeah, we started with metal plate. so-
Oh man.
Oh yes. Yes.
God.
Oh my goodness, it is.
Oh, those classic sounds.
It makes me feel like I'm there though.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
broke out of animation.
This guy went into the void.
What?
Just stopped.
That's
Is that it?
not where it ends. But, I did.
The player is not responding.
It
I
exploded.
did. Okay. There,
Oh, I think because the blur was so big, it probably just
I
crashed the
set
player.
the blur to max,
Oh my
That's
god.
definitely
You
it.
did it.
That's
Yeah.
definitely it.
Yeah.
and it has never played back at normal pace.
That'll-
on any
Hang on,
computer,
let me see if I can
any
hack into the system and download the Swift directly.
You know what's funny is that
think I
every
did
person
even that,
watching
and it
gets a
didn't.
different experience because of that. I remember that. They'll see more or less of it, or a different frame rate based on how much you blur it and how much their computer will process it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Just
crazy.
destroying your own work. The blur is so cool.
It is. I remember doing that too. Just cranking the blur and be like,
Yeah.
perfect. That makes the punch harder.
Yes. No, but
That's
I
amazing.
was big into the dojo community. I like to look at it and wish I was a part of it. But I never put in the work, really. I made that one animation and like one other stick figure thing. And I was like, why don't they like me?
Up till then.
Well, welcome to
show
the
you all.
community.
Yeah, welcome back,
You're
bro.
in now.
You-
Well, I mean, at least you made animation, Zane. I just sat there and I'm like, oh, that would be cool to do, maybe.
Kicking rocks.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be pretty
I
cool.
mean, I watched so much. I look back now and I'm like, why didn't I just start animating? Like, it made so much sense. I was like
Yeah.
a part of all the communities. Me and one of my middle school friends drew like comics obsessively in middle school. We'd like get like 20 pages together and staple it and like fill it all up in like
Wow.
one day.
Dude, that
You
was one
had
of the.
all the fictions.
You
had
did, and-
all the makings of a great animator.
Yes. It all
Now
worked
you-
out. Everything happens for a reason, right?
It does, it does.
Yeah, you proved it's never too late to start.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, does Turquoise watch this? I have to give Turquoise a shout out because I watch this stuff so much, and I'm such a big fan of Turquoise, and I love the Shock series, and I thought it was really cool, and all the stick fight stuff he did was really cool.
Yeah, yo, we all
Yeah.
love turquoise.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the goat, dude.
He's great. I'll
He
tell
is
him.
literally
I'll
the
tell
goat.
him
Yeah,
you said
that
hi.
guy.
Thank you. Tell him I said he was.
Where do we
Killed it.
Where do we go, dude?
Where do we killed it?
Crazy. How long has it been? It's been almost an hour and no brain rot voice.
Oh my goodness! I couldn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
dude.
I was sitting there, red in the face, veins bulging out of my head, like. Win away! Win away! I'm a big fan of the Costco guys and the chicken bacon.
Oh no! Oh no! We're not going to that side.
Okay,
That's-
okay,
that's
no more
the
brain
first
rot.
and
I'll
last
spare
time
you
they get
guys. I
mentioned here.
needed a release real quick.
That's good. Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah,
the
we
blood
should get the
pressure was too
Costco
high.
guys into the.
Thank you all,
into a
thank you all so
podcast.
There you go.
I feel like I
Okay.
can breathe now.
Oh.
Wait,
Oh.
I was drowning there for a few minutes.
The relief.
So let's go. Let's get back to Flipnote.
Yeah.
Oh, where do we-
Yeah.
Let's talk about Flipnote.
I love that thing.
Oh my god!
It's
go gambling. Let's go
I said
gambling.
the thing.
He's getting it. Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay, where are we with the notes?
Yeah, we got
yes.
so off topic there.
This show sucks.
Okay. Let's talk about the pipeline because we looked at a little bit of it. So
the Flipnote
what
to
does
conservative pipeline.
yeah, what does the pipeline look like when you guys are making one of your shorts, your animations? From like idea to finished product when you're posting it.
Yeah.
Well, idea can come from something that I think is funny, or me just thinking what would be a funny thing to eat. Like, what should the guy eat now?
What can I put in my mouth?
The comments are very helpful. Drywall was inspired by the comments. But I put myself into the mindset of myself as a kid and think about what I thought was interesting, or like things that I didn't understand, like magnets are cool. I did one about eating magnets. I want to do one about eating batteries because those batteries are insane. I could talk for hours about how crazy batteries are. It's an electricity capsule.
For hours.
It is.
Man, and don't even get me started on calories. That's electricity, man. Dude, we're like robots.
We are.
Anywho, so it's usually that, or I have a big list of notes of things that people should eat, or just like words. Like, here, let me give you like 3 things from my list.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Write this down.
Hunkton Thumpter.
That makes 0 sense.
No, I get it
It's
though.
provocative. I
Genius.
get it.
Rumper.
Nice.
Mushroom seeds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fandom tax.
Now you're speaking my language.
Hunculus. I didn't go to college.
That's a good one.
You get the idea. That's
I like this.
That's my notes, and I'll read those. And by the end, I'll end up making a flip note that has nothing to do with any of those notes.
Yeah.
But it'll be something. So yeah, that's the idea. And then I just animate straight ahead animation. So I don't plan out keyframes 90% of the time. I just go for it. Whatever happens, happens. And then like if I want my characters to speak, I just guess how long the mouth movements should be because I record it afterwards.
That's craziest
crazy
to me is that most animators figure out the audio first, and if there's lip sync animation, they always do the voices first. But you do the exact opposite, where you do the animation first, and then
I had never done it that way as a kid, and so I didn't even think that it was an option. I guess I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, it's to me it's so good because it creates a very unique delivery, which is a huge part of the humor, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It creates, 'cause, like, you say the audio first to record it, so it feels more natural, or it feels, like how you want it to sound. But then when you're doing it the other way around, you're subject completely to the animation, so it's more awkward because you're not used to voicing something through frames, so you have to eyeball it, and then you have to go back and. So yeah, I think that's really cool.
What I really like about it is that I can picture like the most insane voice in my head, and so I'll animate that, and then when I'm recording the audio, I have to match the animation. I have to match the energy, and so I think it forces the best performance out of me. But over time, like when I was first starting, I was not great at timing the mouth movements. There's a flip note I did. I streamed myself making it back in the day because I used to do that when I was blowing up on TikTok. And I would do these like 5-6 hour streams of me animating something.
Oh my god.
This one's called The Exotic Food Salesman, and his delivery is like so drawn out because I spent so long on making it fluid, but had no idea how the timing should be. So it's like, I'm gonna eat. Or stuff like that. But I definitely got the hang of it more over time. And so I kind of have a feel for that. Anyways, and then I record the audio. So then
Is it this one that you linked here?
Yeah. Okay, let's see it.
I am the exotic food salesman.
What kind of exotic food?
Deep fried rice.
It's crazy because you like pre-plan the lip syncs.
Yeah,
And,
I tried my best. It wasn't, I guess, as bad as I remember. But what kind of exotic food? It just feels a little bit slow motion to me.
Yeah.
But over time, I got the hang of it a bit more.
Yeah, you're seeing. It's funny because if you just the sentence, you have to see the voice in your head because that's what you're doing. You're seeing the voice as you're drawing it or animating it, and then translating that later so that you can line that up. So you're seeing a voice is the first step.
Yeah.
And
What do these words look like when spoken?
Just
And
wanted to say,
RAXD
someone in
Oh,
chat
sorry.
said you could say his animations are in Zane. Just thought I'd say.
oh my god, get that dude banned right
Jail
now.
time, immediate jail,
Abner
100
Bell.
years.
I don't get it.
Why
are
so
you
what about
laughing?
you? What about you, RAXD? Because you told us that you were making an animation every single day, right? So
Yeah.
you must have like a bunch of like a huge list of things lined up, or is it just kind of like you're just going with the flow every single day, kind of?
Well, I think it's like multiple different sources. Like I can't really pinpoint any one thing. I kind of similar to Zane. Like I do have an idea sheet because for me, the animation isn't the hard part. If I've got the idea for something, that's the important thing, and then I can just it's like an hour or two of work, and I just lock in and do it. But I love that that's the first one you show. Like literally for that one, for instance, I was like, I remember this image from Reddit from like 7 years ago. I'm gonna make that into a thing. How buckers eat their skinny. But sometimes it's like I think early on a lot of it was there were so many points, like I said in the past, where I should have become an animator that didn't. But what I didn't lose is like I had kind of the animator mindset of like ideas I could do for a while, and I had all this pent up creative energy, and I finally had an outlet to use it on. So I had probably the first 2-3 months, I kind of had a fair few ideas. I wrote down ideas obsessively for weeks. Just whenever I would think of something, I'd write down like 10 at a time or something. And
Wow.
Now a lot of what I have left is still a lot of that, but also like sometimes it's like, I don't know, watch a show or movie. Anytime I experience something new, I usually get some kind of idea experience like that, because it's my kind of philosophy now is that whenever I open up myself to something new, like a new experience, or like I said, chat probably didn't hear this because this was before the episode, but like I saw ice hockey game right before this episode. Like that's what I did right before this. So my thought process really wasn't like, oh, I'm going to this to get an idea, but because I've never gone to one before. That's a memory, and then there are different ways that, I don't know, the synapses in my brain can connect, and hopefully that'll give me an idea. But usually it's just like, I don't know, from TV shows, it could be like a word or a phrase. A lot of my humor is based off like dad jokes, like very cheesy humor. I don't know, stuff breaking is always a punchline. Someone catching on fire can be a punchline. Just weird characters. It's kind of just an amalgamation of like my ADHD thoughts, because I have very random thoughts about like jokes and stuff. So it kind of just, Flipnote gives me a way to visualize it. But yeah, mostly it's like the hardest part is just coming up with the idea. So as long as I have that, I could theoretically do it until infinity. But
I think
Sorry.
Yeah.
Do you ever stockpile flip notes? Like,
No,
you do,
because
like,
I
one a day.
procrastinate like crazy. Really, the only time I've done it is like, okay, like in July I went to Minneapolis for a trip for like a week, and in that case I did. It was very hard, but I did work on like 5 in one day. It took like the whole day, but
Wow.
I did that and got like basically a week done. But that's about as far in advance as I work. Like right now, it's Saturday night. We're recording this, and I'm good until like Monday morning. So I try to stay 24 to 48 hours ahead in case I'm sick or like a family emergency comes up. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not perfect, but like that's the idea most of the time. Sometimes I really do wake up, rush to get the animation out and post it like at just whatever time it's done. Like it'll be usually around like 2-3
That's
o'clock.
insane.
But
Wow.
It's like it's kind of similar to Telly. Do you guys know Teleporte?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he did the animate one animation every single day for an entire year. And it's kind of similar hearing how you talk and how he kind of went through it as well. And you both finding success through that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think on another note, I feel like because when I first saw your animations, I literally thought it was old Flipnote animations that were like lost in time and were being re-uploaded like 20 years later or something like that.
Oh,
but
that would
then
have been genius. Can you imagine if I thought like years ahead and just made all these
That's what I
animations?
thought was
Imagine
happening.
if
I
you
was like,
made
who's
this
And then I wouldn't have to
one.
do anything. It's like the work's done. I can just post these for a year.
Yeah, but it blew my mind when I started seeing like relevant things
Like modern references.
yeah from like the TikTok shutting down and stuff. I'm like, wait, this guy's actually like doom scrolling with us and posting stuff that's kind of relevant, you know? And that's kind of where I became like a huge fan, because it's like this dude is literally just pumping these out live.
I'm just
every
making
single
them. I like making them, and I make them. I just make
Yeah,
the things.
That's crazy.
I didn't
Mad
even
respect.
start like the year of daily animations when I should talk about like if this is, feel free to stop me if this is a question you're gonna get into. I don't think it was, but the whole purpose beside like originally I just wanted a place to put flip notes, but like when I started daily uploads, that was originally going to be I'm going to make a video essay that's going to be me sitting down and making an animation every day for 30 days. And then I was going to turn that and make it into like an edited thing of like a commentary of like, this is how I did it. These were my ideas. You know, this is what happened. And I just made the channel to like post on it so that I could like pull them, like archive them in case, I don't know. Like I just got my 2DS. I figured like, it's really easy for the like SD card to get corrupted or whatever. So if I just upload them to YouTube, I'll have the videos. And then after a month, like stuff started doing really well. And then after that, I kind of coasted for a couple months, not really knowing how long I do it. And then after Gamblecore, I was like, okay, I'm at this point, I'll just do it for a year. I've already done it for 3 months. Why not?
Yeah. Wow.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't like from the start. Originally, it was going to be a month, but I'm honestly knowing myself better than anybody else. I am a notorious like procrastinator, so I'm surprised I have not missed a day. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
But I am
Wow.
about 5 weeks from a year, and then I'll stop doing
Dang.
daily. I mean, I'll probably keep doing daily here and there, but I won't be in my head like forcing myself to. I just want to
Mhm.
I want to prove to myself I can do it for a year, because I think that would be an incredible feat. That like you said, teleporte, but as far as I know, like people who have gotten like success off of doing like daily animations for a year, maybe did Trash Tunes do that? I have no idea. I think so, almost
I
daily.
don't know.
But
Yeah.
there are not that many people that have done an animation every day for a year. And
No.
I'm glad to be one of those people, because it really wasn't from the start like what my plan was. It just conveniently worked out that way.
Yeah.
Do you make a
sorry.
living off of this?
I do. I've been full time on YouTube since August of last year.
What?
Let's go. Congrats.
Ooh, let's
Congrats.
go.
Crazy. And how about you, Zane?
It's also my job.
Let's go.
That's wild.
In
We love
regards
this.
to like stockpiling animations, is funny. At least when I was getting started, I had the complete opposite situation because I had already been making flip notes for years and years. I was able to just like post a new animation every day for quite a while. I think it was over a month in, I started like subsidizing the animation content with other stuff, like me recording the audio and stuff like that. But I was posting daily for a solid chunk of time as well, and I recently stopped maybe like 2-3 months ago now, just because I'm not as persistent as RAXD is. I don't know how to do that. That's insane.
Well, also you're like per animation, like hourly, like it just you're just doing more work per animation. So
yeah, I guess an animation can take between like 2 and 6 hours. So it would not make sense to be doing that every single day. I just wouldn't have a life.
Yeah, I don't think if I were doing this in any other program but Flipnote, I'd be able to do it. Like, I don't think I would have the work ethic to actually commit to that. But the fact that it's like going to the gym, or like I go and grocery shopping, or like something you do that would take an hour. Like I know I can make time for it, and there's no excuse, so I just keep doing it because it's like I wake up, I shower, I do the Flipnote. It's like it's done early in the morning, and then the rest of my day is free. That's really my mindset.
Wow.
It's like,
I love that.
you know,
Yeah.
and then I
it's like-
feel great because I'm like, I did something creative that I genuinely enjoy doing, and you know, I can chill. And
That's big.
you know,
I don't even think a lot of people know that you're kind of giving yourself this challenge, you know.
Yeah, no.
And like no one's telling you to do it, but you're just kind of doing it just to just challenge yourself. Which is pretty cool.
It's kind of like you can boil it down to like caveman brain going like Grug like art, Grug make art daily. Art
Grug
make
happy
Grug
now.
happy.
But yeah, I think that goes to show that, I mean, for the people out there that kind of want to do something like this, just posting consistently and just saturating the social medias out there with your stuff, it could get you somewhere, like actually.
Yeah, it's hard. Like I've given this advice to like viewers because I get asked this sometimes when I stream. It's like, should I? People ask me like, should I make a YouTube channel? That's like the big question. It's like,
Yeah.
what's your secret to? It's like, well, I kind of started it with a really healthy mindset, which was that like I wasn't expecting the channel to blow up. Like I said, like I started daily uploads with 60 subscribers. I didn't do that because I had 60 subscribers. I was just like, I want a fun little project to do. I've never really, animated daily. This will be fun. And it was fun. And after having that mindset was when I actually found my fame. And, I've been on YouTube making videos years before that, and my mindset was always, I need to get views. I need to get views. I need to, what am I doing that the algorithm's doing for other people that it's not doing for me? What can I change? And I'm like trying to force myself into a box that the YouTube algorithm likes. And like the irony was, I just dropped all that and became like an I don't care. I'm just gonna post it because I want to do it, and then.
And that
it had the inverse effect where it's like, oh, you don't care? Okay, here's 1 million subscribers then. How about that? And it's like, oh, okay.
You care now,
yeah.
please?
What do you want from me?
Oh man,
but yeah,
congrats.
chase something because you're passionate in it, and nothing else should matter. Honestly, if you have a good vision for something, a good motive, a good idea, you just want to get better at art. That's like the biggest thing. Like regardless of likes or whatever else.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's hard to do. I know it's hard to do because that's like the whole mindset now is like people are, spamming short form content now because it's like getting views and people are getting paid from it and stuff. But
That's the thing that's so hard about it, because short form content is so volatile. Like you can get 1 million views in a day on your first post if you're really lucky, and if that ever happens to you, then you kind of get like hooked. It's like a hit of a drug.
Yeah.
And you want to keep chasing that. And so you start posting every single day, and it's like, I need to find out the perfect formula for my
Right.
And then like a couple weeks into it, when that first video that blew up starts finally dwindling down and things start doing worse, you're freaking out and you're like, oh no, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, is it
And
over?
really, it's just like the one video that
Yeah.
was keeping you going. And now suddenly you have this mindset with the stuff you used to love that's like, how can I craft this product to be as consumable as possible? And it's
Sure.
not the hardy piece of media you made at the very start. I recently did a video about that called "Going Viral is Stressful," just talking about like my experience with blowing up with short form content and like the mental toll of it all.
Oh yeah, it's stressful.
Absolutely.
And it applies to long form as well, for sure. And I'm sure most, if not all of you guys have felt the same way at one point or another, where like a video is just not performing how you wanted it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You bounce back after
Yeah.
this.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
say I feel like I'm thinking of this because I watched this. I think Zane talked about it. Maybe you didn't. You can let me know. But specifically the one thing that's like that has the biggest psychological toll on me, even it's like hard to not have the mindset. It's YouTube's 1 to 10 system they use on
Yeah.
rating your videos. If
Yeah.
I post anything and it says 10 out of 10, I feel terrible. I'm like, this sucks, like in my
Yeah.
head, but then I'm like, wait, no, don't let that define how you feel about your work. It's
Yeah.
it's great no matter what. Just post the thing. Don't feel bad. And then like 1 out of 10, I'm like, yes, let's go, yes. And it's
Yeah.
like it's such a like I know that YouTube probably knew what they were doing, because it's like it should be you're trying to get the thumbs up and the more views, and you have to infinitely grow like Mr. Beast style and always do bigger and better things.
hmm
It's kind of unhealthy for a lot of artists to
Absolutely.
It's so
to do
sure.
that.
I
say like have a healthy mindset. Like I have it myself. Post success, like felt very pressured to do more. Like I'm not doing enough, or like feel like I have this constant feeling that if I ever do anything other than daily Flipnote animations, I'm just gonna instantly fall off and it's gonna be over. My career's over, and like everyone's gonna hate me. And I do feel that sometimes, but I know that's not like a realistic. That's kind of just a lot of pressure from
Oh, man.
It can be a
When I
lot. It can
stopped
still be a lot.
Posting daily,
Yeah.
man. The drop off it hurt so bad, but I was like, I need to do this for my own sanity. And
Yeah, it's a
remind
balance,
myself
too.
why.
My goodness. I am like, just so everyone knows, I am going to Spain for like 2 weeks. I have a trip planned like right after I stop daily uploading, and am I gonna need it, because it's like I haven't been able to actually work on really anything big since doing daily uploads. It kind of I'm a true believer that like the most creative work somebody can truly do, where they're being like efficient with their time and everything, in a day is like 3 or 4 hours, and then you're kind of
I agree. I agree.
Like 8-hour work weeks or 8-hour work days really do not work for a lot of artists. If we're being honest, I'm sure you guys can agree. But like it taking less time to do flip notes and like working on big projects probably gonna be the move for me moving forward. It's something I've always wanted to do, and you know, in the past in YouTube I have done bigger stuff, and I do like a lot of the script writing and video editing, and all that process is really fun.
Absolutely.
Nice. Were you saying something, Hatena? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna add on what they were saying earlier about not letting the numbers kind of affect your creative cycle and what you make and who you are. I had a period of time in this community where I just kept pushing out collaborations because I was getting really good at it, and when I learned a lot from it, what was fueling it was that like audience interaction, the numbers going up and all the likes and the comments, and I kind of had to snap out of that to actually make something worthwhile. I mean, I didn't have that like 1 out of 10 effect that YouTube that YouTube has in YouTube Studio. Like I'm not nearly as big as either of you, but it's even the smaller more niche communities can kind of get you feeling trapped in that same feeling if they're all supporting this one thing you do, but like it doesn't creatively fulfill you anymore.
Yeah,
So you kind of have to force yourself out of your comfort zone anyway.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments mentioned that they didn't do YouTube at all or make content, but they still felt like they could relate to some of the feeling just in their own life.
Yeah.
There's a specific comment that really stood out to me. I found
Yeah,
it.
sure.
They
Find
said, "I love your content, and also you just need a break sometimes. I'm in 5th grade, and I'm not doing that good. Bad teachers, bullying, and not doing good in reading. But I just have to
Aw.
keep in mind that it's okay to fail, and it's okay to take a break. And I hope you keep that in mind too."
Oh my.
That's so sweet.
Wow.
Oh,
You're setting that kid on a path for success,
Holy-
dude.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. That is so heartwarming when you get comments like that. I've gotten
Yeah.
like whole paragraphs about people being inspired and like having realizations that are, honest realizations about art and social media and stuff from stuff I make. And that's always like it's like, oh, like you just read it and it's like, oh man, there's nothing better than
Yeah,
like
dude.
seeing that.
Yeah.
It's so sweet.
Like knowing that they care about the person behind those videos. Like they're not there just
Yeah.
for the content. They're there for the creator.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also in a way that you could also like they could learn something instead of learning it the hard way like you had to. It's like hopefully they can
Yes.
skip some steps there.
Wow.
I wanted to add something this too because I actually had a similar experience in once I was not doing animation, I started doing videos on TikTok centered around like Pokemon trading cards, and I had a similar thing where I was making videos and putting them out, and you put all this effort forth in this thing, and you're like, oh, look, the number's going up, and you get excited, right? And it's going up and going up. And then even though it might be the most it's ever done for anything you've created, you're like, once it stops, you kind of lose all that feeling again. And I realized how toxic that was when you're making something, allowing that thing going up to limit you the value that you feel that it's doing can really hurt the next thing you work on. And the one thing I did that inevitably made me be way more successful in that medium was, okay, instead of me worrying about when I hit post and then just sitting there watching it, hoping it does well, I'm going to say my goal is it has to get 500 views. And that was like the bare minimum, right? For the video that I put out. So I'm like, okay, as soon as it gets 500 views, that's it. I don't care. I that's my bar. And that's anything it does beyond that, I don't care anymore. I want it to do this one thing, and then I'm happy. And then I just, in my brain, go, that's the ceiling now. And so I can go work on the next thing. If you can create a ceiling for yourself that you're happy with, that is obtainable, and let it be there, everything beyond that is just gravy. And you can stay focused on the thing you're trying to be creative for, and you'll be way better off for it, because the system rewards consistency and you being organically yourself. And those two things can be really difficult to do if you're getting caught up in how well something's going to do, or how this did really good and that one did really bad. How do I change these things? If you could push that away, you're so much better off time and time again. Just be organically yourself, and don't like beat yourself up if something doesn't go infinitely to the moon, you know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
viewers, let me tell you this, because as someone who may be new to animation, I have been around YouTube enough to know that this man Stone is speaking from the heart, and that comes from years of doing it.
Yes.
To say it the way he said it, because
Yes.
that's facts.
Yes.
So essentially, just lower all your fruits and just let them hang, and just make it easy
Yes.
pickings. You know?
Yep.
Just
You'll
let
be
it
so much better
hang,
off.
guys.
Let it
Let it hang.
Let it hang.
Let it hang low, very low.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, all very good points. Let me just wrap this section out with the Flipnote Hatena, because I know there's a lot of users that are inspired by you guys, and they kind of want to get into Flipnote as well. But obviously, it's pretty weird now to get into Flipnote. Do you guys have any tips on how new users can get into Flipnote Studio?
Well, if they can get their hands on a DSi, they can get their hands on Flipnote Studio. I don't know any other way to get a hold of a legit copy. I mean, illegitimate copies are pretty easy to get a hold of.
But we
I don't
cannot
know,
promote
that's the
them.
hardest part. Yeah. Is just getting a hold of it. DSIs aren't too expensive. They're worth it just for Flipnote. Honestly, it's a $100 to $200 animation machine. It's a cost, but once you have it, you get so much out of it. So much.
You don't have to buy them like a brand new, super good condition either. Like my 2DS is in really good condition, but my DSi is like in okay condition, and I got it for under 100 just at a local place. So it's definitely possible to find them for under 100, but you got to know where to look. You just gotta scour the internet a little bit.
Yeah. But once you get started with it, like, I think it'll hook you right in. It's just so easy to get started once you have it. And you'll probably just get addicted. And if you don't, you probably don't even want to be an animator. That's what I think.
It's probably not. If you can't handle Flipnote, buddy, just throw in the towel. It's too late. You're cooked.
You're cooked.
I think it is something even like really cracked, and even if you're already good at like a certain type of animation but haven't done Flipnote, like still try it. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. It's like a drug.
Yeah. And then even then, there's alternatives. You don't have to make Flipnotes. There's so many great online animation softwares. You don't even have to install anything. There's one that I found that I actually really like.
You can actually open up MS Paint right now and make a smiley face. There are no rules and no one is stopping you. Have fun.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Just make a little guy. Just draw a little man.
Just make a little guy.
Make a guy, dude. Come on, try it.
He's gonna make me cry, dude. He's too beautiful. He's a beautiful little guy.
Look at him.
Look at him, man.
Look at him.
Oh, I found it. It's called Wick Editor.
Oh, yeah, Wick Editor, dude. Unexpected shout out.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. What is Wick Editor?
Oh, what?
It's like it's like Flash, but on the browser, pretty much.
Yeah, they recently actually allowed you to download it. But
This is the first time I've heard about this.
It's
I'm
got
trying
like
it right
symbols
now.
as well.
It's free.
I didn't even know that. I barely know how to use it, but I know how to make new frames and use the brush tool, and that's all you need.
That's enough. Yep,
Yeah.
that's enough.
This is me
And,
drawing on my ergonomic mouse.
Yeah.
There it is.
I've already figured out onion skinning. It's over.
It's over. Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
There was an animator that was just using their mouse. I don't remember who they were.
I use my
They're- oh
mouse
my
for
God.
anything that I do on the computer, even though I have a Wacom drawing tablet. I just don't use it.
There's another animator, I gotta find him, who his stuff is inspiring because it's like, it seems pretty low effort, but every now and then he'll like pop off. But it's just funny and fun, everything he makes.
What program does he use?
I have no idea,
No
honestly.
idea.
I'm trying to find it. He usually uploads. Come on. Okay, I found it. Wait, no, I didn't. God.
Well, we're running out of time here, so we got to kind of try to wrap things up. There's already some
Yeah,
questions
well,
coming
you
in.
guys can continue. I gotta scroll. It's never gonna leave my brain.
I
until
gotta watch
find
some reels real quick.
Yeah.
Getting that short form content itch again.
Actually, I wanted to ask something about that. So when you guys post, I assume you guys are posting on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and maybe even IG Reels. Do you find that some platforms perform better than others for your kind of content, or and why do you think that is if they do?
Absolutely. They all work a little bit differently, but they all have like the same addiction problems. Like you'll blow up overnight on any of them, and that's like great, but also unfortunate because then you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, TikTok was once the best for me. That's how I blew up. That's how I am where I am. But then it just fell off over time. It's so hit or miss. I don't know what they want. And it's I don't know. It's weird. And Instagram is kind of the same way. It's more consistent, less like up and down, but at a higher, steady level. And then YouTube Shorts is where it's at, for me at least. That's just where stuff consistently does well. I found the guy, by the way. There he is. I have no idea what he.
Oh my God! It's Oily Foot. Yes.
Oily Foot.
He's amazing.
This guy's awesome.
I was literally just over at my brother's apartment and was showing him this channel, and I don't think he liked it, but I at least took the time to show him. He was like, oh, okay, can we watch something else now? I'm like, oh, too real. But I think he liked it. He just didn't want to admit it.
That's my favorite, when you're so excited about something and you want to share that joy
show
with somebody and
they're
they glaze over.
What is
cool.
Yeah, no.
Wow. Oh.
Yeah.
Hello there.
This makes me want to like go all out to do like one single like impact frame or something that's like so very detailed, but then the rest is just classic stickman stuff.
Dude, just get Hyun to animate your final Flipnote.
Oh my God! Would you actually?
Dude, of course.
Of course.
I do want a crazy fight scene to end it all. That'd be amazing. We gotta stay in touch,
We
buddy.
gotta do some collabs.
Yeah.
We gotta hurry. We only got 5 weeks. We gotta. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna. I gotta figure it out.
Oh yeah, this guy's amazing.
I love that.
Spaghetti images.
I love the imported, just like, guy. It reminds me of it just taking an image with your 3DS camera and Flipnote and just importing it straight in.
So good.
I used to call that the Ren and Stimpy. It became like a SpongeBob thing later, but like when they'd zoom in, it'd be super hyper grossly detailed and disgusting, and then they pan back out, it's all flat and everything.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to take an opportunity to like follow up on what Zane said, that it is kind of similar to me, that like I was kind of getting numbers on YouTube early on, but like the biggest spike like all at once, I probably went from like 1,000 Instagram followers to like 150,000 in like 10 days, which was insane. But I think like Zane kind of hinted at, it's just the way their algorithm works a lot.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a personal TikTok like ages ago, and like I posted a couple, and like the second one did like really well for the. It's just like, I don't know. I can only speak for what happened for me, but yeah, TikTok and Instagram went like insanely high really quickly, and then like plateaued out, and then YouTube's been like super consistent growth for the most part. Like YouTube Shorts have like some things I post on TikTok will like do like shockingly, I'm like, they've got to be like blacklisting my videos from their algorithm or something for them to do this bad or something. But then YouTube Shorts are just like, I kind of know what to expect more, I guess. I'm like not really ever disappointed or anything.
I see.
Even then, like still on YouTube, the growth can still be explosive with Shorts.
Yeah.
At the beginning of my going viral is stressful video, I go over like my first 20 days or whatever, like when I switched to Flipnotes, I went from 10,000 to 100,000 subscribers in 20 days.
That's such a jump, dude.
Wow.
Holy.
Mind-boggling. And that's the case with all these platforms, like with what RAXD said, like you experience this intense and fast
It's
growth.
the blessing, dude. The blessing.
Yeah.
You get blessed, and then you have to post every single day to keep
Yeah. Yeah, and then the curse follows it up.
Yeah.
I gotta post. Yeah.
Same thing for me. Like it's like I'm almost desensitized to it. Like I just like look at number go higher, and I'm just like, oh, that's nice, but I'm not like freaking out. But for anyone to go to like when I started March 1st, I'm looking at my chart now, 59 subscribers. By May 6th, I had 102,000 subscribers.
Wow.
That's like crazy. Like it's like so fast that I like just like my brain just shut off, and I'm like, okay, like this is okay, whatever.
Yeah, it's hard to fathom.
Just kept
like
posting. I'm like, I just tunnel vision through it and not think about it.
Yeah, it's like we love this, and then they wait we love this, and the eyes get all wide. You have to
Zane,
keep going.
Do you ever get this like existential feeling that you have so many people watching you, but then you have to like just be like, "No, okay, whatever. No, I gotta keep animating. I can't think about this too long.
I can't.
I can't even.
process that
I
number.
just can't comprehend. Like, yeah, I don't know. I know
I
there are a lot of
can-
people
I can
watching my
barely-
stuff. It's just
I can't comprehend anything above 10.
how does Alan Becker
No.
feel? Hatena,
I
don't you
don't
work
know,
for him or
dude.
something?
Yeah.
How does have you
I'm-
ever asked him about this? How does he feel? He's got like 40
The
million
global
subscribers.
stage, yeah.
He's numb to it at this
He
point.
is global
yeah.
domination levels of like he could take over the world with stick people right now. And, like we would never see it coming.
It would be alright.
I'd be
like-
okay with it. Yeah, a little orange of the chosen one guy.
Yeah.
All I see are numbers. Nothing means anything anymore.
But isn't Alan like a lot more kind of like calculated and kind of, plan things
Yeah,
to
steps
go how
ahead.
they go?
He is very business centered, especially at the moment, because we're in this weird transition phase where it's changing from him and a few friends making his videos and a whole team of like, I believe, 30 to 40 people at this point.
Wow.
I'm his production manager, so I have a lot of meetings with him, and it's a whole lot of business at this point, and the numbers and the YouTube stuff doesn't even really come up often outside of how much it's going to cost to make things. That's really the only number that's very important to us at the like in those meetings. He's
Yeah.
used to it at this point because we've been
Yeah.
in this transition state for last 2.5 years.
Yeah,
Dang.
they got a whole studio production going on over there.
Oh yeah.
That's the place to be, man.
For real.
That's
Um,
the dream. The newest animator versus animation was
Oh,
insane.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have no
I
idea.
haven't caught up. I've watched quite a lot of them.
Yeah, we could talk about it after the episode, but
But... Okay, yeah. I know we're running out of time. I don't want to.
yeah, no worries. I'd love to talk about it, but we got like 25 minutes left.
All right, let's move on to some future plans because you guys are pretty much internet icons at this point. But do you guys have any future plans or goals to do anything more than what you're currently doing?
I mean, currently, I really got to take a piss.
Yo, me too. For
I
every
warned
episode,
you.
dude.
I warned
Finally.
you guys.
I know.
And did you go to the bathroom? No. Did I tell you?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Zane, we can go together. if you
Okay,
want.
Zane,
We
I
can
can,
go.
Correct.
I can
Rex.
cover
I
for
know
you,
all
Rain.
his
How long
plans
does my
already.
answer have to be, Zane? Like 2 minutes?
2-3 hours.
As long as you need, I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll go with them. I'll
How
go
big
with
is
them,
the
man.
piss you gotta take, dude?
Okay, well,
Okay, guys, I'm about to go on my my extended lore since the dawn of time.
All right, you go ahead. You go.
Okay. Yeah, for me, I kind of brushed up on it, but I've been this guy that's just been doing like pretty much my whole thing has been doing an animation a day. That is not sustainable for one person forever. So,
No.
for the sake of my ideas staying fresh and like something I'm actually proud of, I think a little bit later in the year, probably around late spring, which like March 1st will be a year of me doing that. I think I should slow down the uploads, and I plan to do like longer, somewhere along the line, not strictly story time stuff, but I do want to make long videos where I'm talking about something. I have my little character moving around. I can make a lot of jokes in one video, and I can still have the Flipnote aesthetic and have like little flip notes in there. I'm still in the brainstorming stage, so that's not like final or anything, but I have a general idea of like I want to do more, like less videos posted, but like each video is like more ambitious.
Yeah.
Not to say like I know I had a whole conversation about making stuff bigger and better, but this is different. This is like something I've wanted to do for a while and haven't had really the means to do it. Like I wanted to do some kind of commentary, long form thing. I don't know what it was going to be, years ago, but I have an idea now, and I think this is my best shot at doing it. And you don't want to alienate your audience. I think keeping it pretty familiar with what everybody likes my little pixelated stickman people. Those are to stay for a very long time. Other than that, like I have side projects I've been starting just because like I always like working on something challenging. Like I have a gaming channel called RAXD Games. This is shameless plug, but I do like weekly gaming videos. Not really because I have to. I just like I've always wanted to do it, you know. So like just to see if I could do it. So I like try to do it every week, and like I have editors for that. The first time I've ever had people editing, but just little projects here and there. The big thing is just that like yeah, I'm gonna be working long form stuff on YouTube. That's basically everything in a nutshell.
Right on.
Very awesome. How long have you been doing the games channel?
I've been doing it since I think September. So it's been like a pretty recent thing. I started it after I had thought on it for a few months. I started it like right after I hit 1 million, and it's at about 30K or something. But the whole point isn't really to get like a massive audience. It's an easy way to collab with other animators. Like I was fortunate that like my first guest on that channel was the Odd Ones Out. I played Fortnite with the Odd Ones Out, which is pretty wild. Pretty cool. Alan Becker, if you wanna be in the gaming channel, hit me up. We can play like Minecraft or something. But yeah, it's just fun to do, and I like I said, I do have editors, but I do edit like a fair few of these. I've edited maybe like 5 or 6 of the videos on here just because I like the process of editing, like video editing. I don't know how many like big YouTubers there are there that like are still doing their own stuff, but I mean I'm doing that for the main channel, but yeah, I just like I literally just like the process of video editing and like clipping stuff together is very therapeutic for me. So plan to keep doing that for a while. I don't know. I just like I kind of go for vibes. Like whatever I feel like is a cool new thing to try, I'll probably do it. I'm not ever like set to do one thing forever. So, and this my most successful project ever being RAXD Flipnote is definitely no exception. Like I'm gonna keep doing stuff very similar, but experimenting with like new stuff, longer form stuff on YouTube specifically. And then there's gonna be a large portion of the audience that's like gonna still want Flipnotes, and those aren't going away either. So I think there's a way to please everybody, including myself, and not burn out from doing like constant like daily uploads, because I think if I did it more than like 6 more months, I would probably just be like, this isn't worth it, bro. I'm cooked. I'm done. I'm done with this. I can't do this anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I heard all that.
All right. That was a pretty big piece. Not gonna lie.
That.
I'm like, how much do I have to keep talking? Why isn't he back yet?
I got back maybe like a minute ago.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Okay, perfect.
Now, what are you working on, Zane?
Oh man.
Future plans.
My future plans are,
What do you want to be when you grow up?
when I grow up,
a good
I want to be a firefighter.
We all do.
Let's go.
I definitely want to keep making flip notes forever. They'll just probably get less frequent over time as I start to transition to longer stuff. And there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about more in the way of like messages that I don't think a lot of people growing up today really hear enough. I want to spread positive vibes and help people be good people. Without being too
awesome.
specific.
That's good.
And also just like motivate people to do the things they love and be creative and stuff like that. And that's what I'm passionate about and want to do in the way of like YouTube. But on the side, I've been working on a whole bunch of other stuff. Because I also do like music and game development. So I'm working on like a royalty-free album right now.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
And in the future, I'm gonna be making plenty more, and I have a huge library of just like all the music I make is royalty-free, so anyone can use it for whatever they want. Just because it's fun. And then on top of that, I recently made a website called Gooberbox, which is very similar to a little online toy thing called Incredibox, which is where you kind of like make music, I guess. And then with Gooberbox, I want to add like a whole bunch of different songs and patterns and stuff that you can mix together. And I recently added the ability to save and load tracks so people can
That's
share
so
them
cool.
with each other. And so I've been working on that, and Drameagle, another big thing this is like my long-term project that I've just been chipping away at slowly over time. This was inspired by Flipnote and the closing of Omegle. Back in the Flipnote days, big creators would make these chat rooms where people on Flipnote could go into the comment section and draw pictures. Be like, "Hello."
Oh my
And then
god.
you would have to refresh and wait like 30 seconds for it to refresh, and then you get to see if there's a response. And that was just like really exciting as a kid for some reason.
Yeah.
And so Drameagle kind of blends those things together and allows people to just match up with a random person and start drawing together.
That's really cool.
I love that.
And we were talking about at the beginning of the stream, like, man, I wish Flipnote was on the Switch. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen, but an idea. My buddy who's helping me with some of the back end development with the like networking and everything have been talking about is making a Switch port. And then
That'd be
also
insane.
creating like a Drameagle studio thing where you can animate.
Ooh, that'd be so cool.
Ooh.
And the whole like visual style of everything is very inspired by Flipnote. It's quite pixelated, and every tool has its own sound effect and all that stuff. And so allowing people to create and share their animations from Drameagle on like Drameagle World or something like that would be so cool, but it would be so much work, and I don't know when that would actually end up happening. But it's a goal down the road, and so that's like my big long-term project. And then I plan to do YouTube for as long as I can. No end in sight there.
Until he's 75. Hello, YouTube.
It's
Hold on.
hey guys, don't forget to like and follow.
All right, currently that's my plan too. So maybe we'll both be rocking out in the retirement home animating together.
I can't wait, man.
Hello,
awesome.
Eustace. We changed our names. We have to have old names now.
All right. Well, we're going to transition into the last segment, but first we're going to watch a few short animations. But chat, this is your time to go ahead and ask some questions that you may have for anyone on the DSI here. To go ahead and ask them in
We'll
chat.
answer
There's
anything, especially like super personal questions like home
Yes.
address, social
Yeah,
security
we
number.
will.
It's all free game, buddy.
On the
Don't-
table.
don't pick
We're
me.
giving out
Don't
all
pick
the
me.
secrets today. Only available at the Hyun's Dojo Community Podcast.
Exactly.
But yeah, feel free to use the bubble in chat there to ask your questions, or just ask them away, and we'll go through them. But a friend of mine, Serial Bolby, some of you may be familiar. Zane or
Never
Rex,
heard of
are you
him.
guys familiar with them?
No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
I know.
So
That joke sucked. Sorry.
It's okay. Everyone's judging you for that now. But
yeah.
I see him every morning.
he made this project some time ago called the June Archive and Restoration Project, and it's so fascinating to me because for those of you who know the Flipnote Hatena lore, you'll know it shut down in May of 2013, May 31st, 2015. And this guy made a horror series showing what that shutdown looked like to the Flipnotes as if they lived in this world. So you'll see this animation going from this classic Flipnote called Food Criminal, and then you see the transformation as soon as the shutdown occurs.
Oh man, yeah, we gotta make a dojo version of this.
Yeah,
Dojo.
yeah.
It's wild. I gotta unmute this because like the audio on this as well. Like this dude does so much.
Oh my.
Crazy.
Oh my lord, yeah.
And this was like the one that I believe like blew up and popped the series off initially.
Dude, I love horror animations. It's so
Oh yeah. And, like, I obviously can't say much about what he plans to do, but he's got ambitious goals for this project.
Oh, so this is ongoing.
Cool.
It's ongoing, but like one of the coolest things that I've seen him do, I'll play this, but like there was a whole series that he did where he uploaded the Flipnotes to Pseudomemo, which is the current way to upload your Flipnotes online directly through the DSI. It's its own little community, but you could download these Flipnotes and edit the Flipnotes to find little secrets in them. There's like a proper ARG. They're like puzzles you could figure out. It's so cool. I'm doing a whole analysis video on it.
It goes so deep.
Oh, this
I need to
series
watch
is
all of this in one sitting because I've really seen like scattered ones, but not in like chronological order. I don't know if they're like
Oh man,
supposed to be watched in chronological order.
Is that you, Hatena?
he does look like me, doesn't he? Now
That looks just
not
like
me.
you.
I know. It's not me though.
Okay.
It's gotta be you.
But yeah, this dude is incredible. Hell dogs. And if you were even around remotely for the Flipnote Hatena days, watch this and just let yourself be
nostalgia.
taken into this world. It is insane.
That is wild.
But yeah, lily pad of creation.
Oh man, you know what's so sad though? Nintendo probably doesn't even know any of this exists.
No way.
No, and they wouldn't
Like-
care.
They don't know what
No.
they created, and it's just so sad to just see.
Yeah.
Well,
But
that's our
it's-
job, Zane. We gotta go become so popular that everyone at Nintendo sees it and they're like, "We gotta bring Flipnote back."
Exactly,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Dude, I honestly think it's possible.
So watch this
I
one.
hope
This
so.
one is insane. Like his shot composition and effects are insane for Flipnote.
Wait, you just still made in Flipnote also?
Yes, all of this is in Flipnote. You can download
What?
and edit every single one of these videos. The Geico dollar, yeah. And like this one goes in pretty hard on the horror in a second.
They're all just such
Oh,
talented.
they're so
animators.
well animated.
It's the sun. I get
the
it
sun.
now.
I get it now.
now, dude.
I'm involved.
Came around full circle.
I'm included. Oh!
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, but incredible series. Go check
It's
it out.
scary.
if you haven't already. Even if you're not familiar with Flipnote Hatena, it's still a really good watch. It's very
Can
interesting.
you link me
story.
to their channel? Hatena,
It
so I
is
can-
really
Yeah,
scary
yeah,
though.
yeah.
I think we need to let the viewers know it's really scary.
Yeah, it's
I muted so I could cry, but
Don't watch
that
it
was
at night
cool.
with the lights off.
Alright. Well, let's get into some questions.
Let's just crack on into those questions.
Yeah.
Let's get at it. Yeah, dude.
Get right in.
So here's a fun one. Oh, where's the fun one? Yeah, Sebastian S asks for RAXD. What the heck happened to Brombus during the first week of Christmas?
I hate to burst your bubble. I have no idea. I kind of just wrote the last one, and then I'm like, that's probably a good place to end it. You know, people will figure out their own theories. I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you. That's like my serious answer. I don't know.
We need a deep dive.
We
What
need a
is
deep
Brombus?
dive.
Yeah, what's a Brombus?
I'd rather my fans. What is a Brombus? A Brombus is a single-celled organism that moves around. He's like a little red stick man, and he makes little noises. He goes like, and he that's really all he does. He's kind of like
That's
like
his only
the
purpose
one
in life.
green guy from Smiling Friends, the little small guy. Like that. Yeah. He only communicates in little sounds.
Paper with red crayon scribbled over it. What makes you think I'm gonna give you a job?
He's just a little guy.
That's just a little guy.
Who apparently can has the power to take over the universe, and we're just not gonna elaborate on it. You know.
Yeah, you gotta bring him back, man. You gotta bring him back now.
Look,
The
if he
fans want more
comes back,
brothers.
it's gonna. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. And if I were planning something, that would spoil the fun.
He's obviously a fan favorite.
I love him. I love him.
Let's see. Pardon me, I couldn't read this guy's name. Kaya 2ZE. Sorry if I heavily butchered your name there. They ask, who were your favorite Flipnote creators growing up with the DS?
Oh man. Well, definitely Boss was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
We already talked about him. He was insane. Best stick fights.
For sure.
There was another one. I swear he went by like 99 or something.
What did they make?
Also made stick fights.
Was that 100%?
Oh, 100%. I was one number off.
It's just he's one off.
No, but I knew it.
It was a high number that I can't count to. So yeah, the stick fight creators were big. I made so many horrible Flipnote stick fights back in the day. Like 90% of the runtime of my stick fights were the countdown to the stick fight because I would like animate the numbers flying around the screen. And then I think I was procrastinating because I didn't really know how to make them fight. And so after like 30 seconds of this 3, 2, 1 countdown, the stick figures would like run and one would like throw the other really far and he would die and that would be it. It was the most underwhelming stick fights you've ever seen. But yeah, those two were probably my big stick fight inspirations. And then when it comes to being funny, Gizmo was the big one. I don't remember too many of the others. I think I just like watched a lot of Flipnotes, whatever was on the most popular. I loved Fred, but I didn't make anything like what he made. I just liked to listen to it. And there were a lot of his Flipnotes that I would just keep coming back to just to listen to.
Did you ever watch Zlargy?
Zlargy?
No, you don't know him. Oh man.
I mean, if I might have known him or some of the stuff he made and just didn't know his username.
Gotcha. God, I'm trying to think who else.
And then a little later on, like post Hatena, like early pseudo memo, there was a creator called Matt Boo, who made some of the most insane Flipnotes ever, and I would say they're even like still an inspiration for the tone of what I make these days. I got a Flipnote pulled up here. That one's wild.
Oh boy.
But he made quite a few like that, and I loved them.
Oh my goodness.
See, wait. Yeah, okay, sorry.
Oh God!
How do you do that? Oh my God!
Look at the clouds behind us.
What?
This is crazy. This is
happening.
Crazy.
I love this.
It just ends. Just
I love that. What the?
it's so random.
So wild.
Yeah,
That's a
It was
good-
like 2014 pseudo memo brain rot. I love it.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I gotta give like a few quick ones from me. Definitely Zlargy. Squirt was a favorite one. His animations were really smooth. And then, do you remember Mr. Loops?
I don't think so.
Ah, shoot, man. Damn, that like Mr. Loops would have been. I
don't
closest
remember
to
a
your
lot
style.
of usernames. I think
Oh, that's how I am.
You know, it's how I am with music. Like I got so many songs on my Spotify, but I don't know who made half of them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just like them.
Do you at least remember Flea's Vion?
I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, come on. You don't know like the you heard,
Yeah, I don't know any of these
this
guys.
pains me.
Yeah.
This pains me.
I mean, yeah, dude. Oh, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Thank you. No,
There we go. Hey, listen. Appreciate
it's
it.
all right. It's all right. Sorry, 1 second. For both Zane and RAXD, if you were granted permission, this is from Retro RSP, by the way. Sorry about that. If you were granted permission to make changes to the current Flipnote software, what is one thing you would want to add or change?
Ooh.
The worst, but probably most honest answer is nothing.
Ooh.
It's like the most
Same,
boring
honestly.
It's perfect.
I like
Wow.
it just the way it is.
I don't know.
Honestly,
You know what? I know. They fixed it in Flipnote 3D, but the stupid blow in the mic gimmick, where if you have something selected and you blow in the mic, it'll like fill that selected area.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great idea, except if you are anywhere other than the quietest room on the planet,
Your life.
That's so right.
then you
That
can't
tool
select and
sucked.
move things. Yeah, you ever try and make a flip note in the car?
Oh
Really?
yeah, no,
That's a
it would just
thing.
suddenly, if you
Or
were
on an
selecting something,
airplane.
it would just suddenly fill it for you.
Yeah. Oh,
Because there was
You
no
can't
proper
turn it
fill
off.
tool.
What?
There was no proper
you just,
fill
like,
tool.
So you literally could just wait. Okay, it's a fill that's based off of audio. Am I understanding that correctly?
It's like you select what you want, and then whatever brush or thing you have selected, if you blow in the mic, it'll fill just the selected area with that brush.
Yeah,
Oh,
it,
dude, I would
it
be like-
treats that as a button
It's like a
press, in a
selective
way.
paint bucket tool in Photoshop. or
What? I'd be like, ah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I could recreate that here right now. What am I doing?
I mean, you can make cool stuff with it, but it's just, yeah, I get what Zane's saying. I haven't had a lot of experiences where I've written a flip note in a noisy area, but it's happened so infrequently that I didn't realize that's what was causing like the select thing to fill. I'd be like, what is wrong with my DS? It keeps filling things. Stop.
So right here, I have the select tool selected. Shoot, Butterfingers, and then I can make a selection here in order to fill it in. Okay, that didn't work.
You're not helping
Okay,
me out.
I did it. Hang on, I need to choose a different fill. Hang on.
Dude. I feel
go
like
like
I
this.
can almost promise that one person who sees this video now or in the future uses
There we go.
Flipnote and
didn't know that's what.
didn't know what is doing it, and they're like, "Why?" And it feels like stop, and they think it's like possessed.
They keep yelling at it, and every time they yell at it, it fills it again in retaliation.
Yeah, they're like, "It's possessed." Look, dude, I hate you,
Oh
Phils.
my god.
See, Mom? I told you.
It's such a
That's
strange
honestly
way
like
to fill.
it's a cool feature
It's a big brain.
on paper,
But in execution, not very great.
but
I'm
yeah.
they did
I'm
give it a
sure when they
proper
came
fill
up
tool.
with it, they were in like the offices and stuff, and it was really quiet. And they're like, "There's certainly no way this would accidentally go off at any point in time."
Yeah, they're in like their soundproofed studio. I mean, like, yeah, it works perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
They
just
probably
cranked the game to
still
200.
don't even know. They're like not even aware
Yeah.
that it's an issue.
yeah.
This is perfect, and I'm not going to listen to anything anyone says about
Yeah,
it.
I'm
develop-
realizing how we get Flipnote to bring or Nintendo bring Flipnote back is just convince them that they can make so much money from it.
That's what you have to do. That's,
Well, they
we have
tried
to-
to
we
do
have
it
to-
with the subscription thing in Flipnote Gallery World, and it kind of didn't work.
True.
Well, we'll tell them it'll work in America.
Oh, see, I was just talking, and then
Yeah.
it filled it for me.
Well, we're Americans. We like buying things. It'll work.
it'll work.
Did you just remove a circle?
What?
Yeah, well, so you can use the select tool and then X to erase whatever's in the
Oh,
selection.
right.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that was.
You
a
do
thing.
reverse sound.
I would
to
never
until
need to
something.
do that with my art style. Honestly, but that is cool.
Wait, there's an eraser?
Getting some live lessons right
You can
here.
erase things. I just keep drawing more
What?
things.
I just draw with white.
Eventually, the whole screen is just solid black, and I'm like, well, that's all the drawing I'm doing today.
Yep.
That's the best frame I can make. It covered everything.
I've drawn every possible frame combined.
Didn't waste a single pixel. You're welcome.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, next question. We'll do a couple more and then we'll call it.
Sounds good.
Stone, Hyun, you want to try and pick one out?
Oh,
Let me see.
I can't read.
Yeah.
most of these we've covered already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here's one from
wow,
RS. I have one from RS. Do all of y'all have a favorite classic Flipnote? Is there one that you're like, this is the GOAT?
Zane would probably know better than me. I still feel like an outsider, and that like I didn't grow up on Flipnote. But
Yeah.
hang on, I'll let Zane go first. I'm gonna need to think a second because I feel like I maybe know enough.
I gotta like dig into the recesses of my brain.
Okay, I have one actually. I'll go first. Actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Okay,
It's a
okay.
fake
We were mentioning the Fred guy songs back in early Hatena. There's specifically one that goes like, "It's a flip note life for us.
yes.
It's a flip note."
That's like exactly
I-
what I was
I
thinking.
saw like somebody had or I guess used the audio, but like made their own animation. And I saw this in like 2014 on my neighbor's DSi, and I didn't know that's what it was. I just thought it was something my neighbor made. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But now I'm I've like pieced it together after having context. Now I'm like, oh, that was totally like, just the song in general. I guess like being created by Fred is like one of my faves.
Wow.
Honestly, that's exactly where my brain was headed to. Was
Yeah.
right to Fred.
Oh, too bad. You can't say the same thing as me. Gotta pick something else. Sorry.
I took that one.
There wasn't another Fred one that I don't know if it's like the best Flipnote ever made, but it was like one that I revisited fairly recently just because when I had first heard it as a kid, I had replayed it for probably close to an hour just on repeat.
Oh, wow.
I really liked the song. I didn't realize it was a cover. I just thought he wrote it, but it was like a parody of King for a Day. Or maybe it just was a straight cover of King for a Day, where he's talking about a Flipnote that he made that blew up and he got a bunch of stars and he was king for a day, and it was a song, and I don't know where it is or how to find it. But
That's the beauty of some of those old things.
Yeah. It's a Flipnote I saw and really liked as a kid, so that's my answer.
There's no wrong answer. That's perfect.
Yeah.
The classic one for me, especially if we're talking about Fred Blankenberg. I mean, he was a master at making original Flipnote songs. He'd also do covers, but like one of my favorite covers that he did was it was a parody of Hey There Delilah. Switched it out for False Reporters. It's like, hey, false reporter, you have no life, you have no morals, you're completely out of order. Is this how you settle quarrels? Flagging flips.
I love that one so much.
God, I
great.
played that one so much.
So good.
Okay. And Hyun, you got one last question for us?
Reading.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I thought you already had one.
Let's see. What about this first dude? Zane, are you going to animate full body animation or just stick with stick animations forever?
Yeah, are you gonna make like good animations at any point, or are you just gonna do
I
the
love that. I
stupid
love that
one?
question.
That's
You ever
what they
get
really
good or
want to
no?
ask.
Wait, there's more. And what about you guys? I think stick era is kind of my first step into animating career.
The stick figures never die, man.
No.
Exactly.
The Renaissance
I've
is
been
coming.
saying.
Just
Mark
like
my
the
words.
spirit of Christmas.
I have actually recently started drawing my character with like proper limbs that aren't sticks.
Nice.
On my YouTube channel, I've got the Champa show going, and the main character is not a stick figure, but everyone else is. But I draw my stick figures really complicated. They have oval bodies.
Whoa.
I've actually kind of evolved beyond your puny level.
Hey, be careful now.
Hey, whoa, hey, oh.
I'm kidding. My newest Flipnote, I tried to do like a fight scene, and it hurt.
It hurt.
It hurt
hard.
on like all
It all
levels.
came back to me. The struggles of being a kid trying to animate fight scenes. It's like I can't do it. I can't do it.
I don't want to do this.
I've got so much respect for what you guys do, and you can draw stick figures and make the best animations in the whole world. And so, for that reason, I'm probably not ever gonna stop, because like, why would I waste my time on limbs in anatomy? Oh, I know anatomy. I'm
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
good.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Get out of here with that.
I can. I haven't actually posted the fight scene yet, but I can share it.
I would love to see that.
Can we
Premiering
show it?
on Dojocast. Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Go for
okay,
it.
okay. One sec.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, we gotta see it.
There's gonna be real
Oh.
before I get to.
Yeah.
I've never seen that
Very
combo
nice.
before, honestly.
Yeah.
That's clean. That's some munch action, dude.
Got some,
That's fun. That's
we
fun.
got some impact frames in there too. I see that.
So,
the quality
so, so Rax, when's your first stick fight?
Yes.
You guys gotta help me do that one. That sounds like a lot of work.
We can do this. We have
Yeah,
the
we'll set you up,
technology.
man. We'll set you
We
up.
got this.
All right. Well, I think we should close it out. It's been great having you guys here. It's been
Yes,
fun,
thank you so much for
especially
joining.
me.
Yeah, that was super fun.
This is really
Thank you so
cool.
much for having us. This was a
Yeah.
blast and wild for me. I never thought I'd end up here. 14-year-old me would be proud.
Look at us,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
I didn't think I'd ever
Who'da
be
thought?
like a little guy just sitting on a B button of a DSi.
Yeah.
Here I
You
am.
can get
Look
off
at
of
me,
that
mom.
now.
Look at me, mom. I told you I could do it.
hey, look at
I
us.
told you.
Wild.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Stone,
it's
you
been
want
an
to show
honor.
us out?
I will show us out. This is the part we're really good at, and it is the outro. Guys, please be sure to leave a comment on something you'd like to remember from today's episode. And join us next week for episode 30 with question mark. We don't know, right?
We don't
Whoa!
know.
Could be
Whoa.
you.
That'd be insane if that was their name, though. That they were just 3 question marks.
No, wait. There's got to be some
That'd go
random
hard.
Discord user out there with the name question mark that's like freaking
Yeah.
out.
Oh, I'm not prepared. I don't have
Let's
a name.
go.
What do we do?
Time.
Mr. President, help!
All right, it's gonna be AJ Animations in chat. It's
Oh,
you.
There you go.
Yes, AJ
Oh,
Animations.
you win.
for
You win.
episode
Oh,
30.
that is a dude in the community, actually.
He's just
Perfect.
leaned back in his chair, eyes wide open. Oh,
He just stands with.
Or
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, I knew it would be me.
Oh man.
it's a double header. Get on
Not
Discord.
even a shadow of a
knew it.
doubt.
That's AJ.
Let's go, AJ. Congrats, dude. That's massive, man.
Oh, my.
It's a sweepstakes. All right.
We just made this guy's day.
Bye.
Bye, guys.